My name's Davey James, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I play steel guitar, I play drums, I play bass. The weapons of choice today are going to be about me playing bass and drums at the same time. The bass setup is a Moog Taurus 3, and the drums I'll explain in a minute. So yeah, check it out. This is I'm making this because after every show, inevitably, there's always one individual or two who come up to me and are fascinated that I can play bass and drums at the same time. So I'm doing this for them because they always ask me questions, and I said I like have no answer for them at the time. So so this is it. Enjoy. I usually play this bass and drum setup with a band called Nights and Weekends. I do some sub-out gigs for solo artists because it's cheaper for people to hire one guy versus two or three. And this is something I do a lot with Nights and Weekends. We're a trio. There's a guitarist and two singers, and me playing bass, drums, and harmonica. This is the Moog Taurus 3. I had a 1 for like a month, and it was so fickle I just got rid of it. Had a really warm sound, a lot warmer sound than this, but it wasn't as durable. So this is king. It's got, I think, 80 different sounds, or roughly somewhere in there, and you can adjust the different sounds and the controls of the sounds. It's got that classic Moog sound on a few settings that you can MIDI out. But for the most part, I just use it for the feet. I took, I bought this old 60s drum kit off of Craigslist from a guy in St. Catharines. It's a Japanese knockoff of a Rogers, I believe, silver tone. And I love piecemealing kits together. And this is an old 30s Ludwig marching kick drum. And I put those toms from that Japanese kit onto it. It sounds awesome. And they have a really warm wood in them. And then the snare is an old Slingerland nickel-plated brass. So it's got a bit of that warmth but brass thing happening, or metal thing happening, I should say. And yeah, man, I'm going for more of an older sound. I love the sound of calfskins, but I can't really afford them, and I break them. And so Aquarian has these heads that sound a lot like calfskins, so they're all decked out with that except for the kick drum. So yeah, I have a smaller kit I like playing, a little 18-inch kit. Sometimes I'll slave that out over here and I'll have two kicks going where I have an 18-inch over here. And then I can, especially when I drop out bass and just kind of keep time with drums for a little bit for passes, or I kind of think drums by themselves now as like passing tone to a next section, and then you bring the bass back in. There's a lot of push and pull with a build, and with taking drums out and putting them in with the bass at the same time. I'm thinking of it more like a 4-chord harmony as you're going, you know, high end and the low end going together, and then the medium stuff, maybe harmonica or maybe cymbals or some tom work. Gotten to the point now, I've spent a few years live practicing with it, that it's gotten very comfortable. I'm starting to think harmony and rhythmically at the same time, and I didn't think that was possible. And then pushing out the energy that needs to be on the drums, and keeping it there. First few gigs I started doing like that was was tough because I had to think too much. I couldn't tell what the hell was going on. I'm thinking it's E flat, E minor, E major. And now that's all done, and now I'm actually, it's kind of unconscious, effortless flow. Plus I know my guitarist really well, and I know how he thinks, and I know how he wants his chord progressions to go. He has very certain chords that he goes to, and now I'm just kind of anticipate it and nail it. So it helps to know your fellow musician to be able to play drums and bass at the same time. Hey, once again, this is Davey James. Thanks for checking this out. Once again, I did this for you guys who always come up and ask. I'm sorry I don't have answers for you on the spot. Hopefully this explains it a little bit. If not, you can email me at davey@daveyjames.com, davey@daveyjames.com, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions for you. And thanks for coming to the shows, and thanks for checking it out. Take care.